Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife. In today's McDojo news, we're going to talk about how a chocolate shop in San Francisco is arming their employees with the power of Kung Fu. Let's check out the story. A chocolate shop and cafe in San Francisco's Chinatown is giving employees lessons in Kung Fu to help empower them against theft and crime in the neighborhood. Mindy Fong, owner of JAde Chocolates Tea House and Cafe, shut the doors of the store at just past 5 p.m. on a weekday this spring. Fong had spent the day making chocolate, preparing pastries, and serving tea, but now she was leading her employees in a very different type of shift. Their first all-staff Kung Fu class. Fong decided to hold the classes in late March, after a string of robberies coincided with the cafe's move from Inner Richmond to Chinatown. Fong was excited to move to the neighborhood, where her cafe's Asian-inspired chocolates could find a cultural home. But immediately it was clear to Fong that COVID-19, crime, and anti-Asian hate had left their mark on the neighborhood. Every day there's something, Fong said. I've seen people being chased in the street because they've stolen something from the jewelry shops or camera shops. In 2021, anti-Asian hate crime spiked 567% in San Francisco, according to the city's police department, with 60 attacks targeting people of Asian descent. Chinatown's crime rate, however, is below that of many parts of San Francisco. So far this year, the police department recorded fewer incidents in Chinatown than in 21 of the city's 43 neighborhoods, including the Marina and Bernal Heights. While fewer incidents have been reported in Chinatown this year, crime is still a major concern for residents and business owners. JAde Chocolates executive chef Scott McTaggart said that for the past 6 years he's been practicing the style of Chinese Kung Fu called Wing Chun, which focuses on self-defense. He offered employees the chance to train at San Francisco Wing Chun in Chinatown. I will do everything I can to make sure our employees feel safer and more empowered so they can live their lives without being afraid, McTaggart said. Fong said she hopes employees won't ever find themselves in a position where they have to use self-defense. But if the day comes, they will be prepared. Let's unpack that chocolatey Kung Fu goodness. An Asian business owner decided to move to a primarily Asian part of town specifically so that way she could find her business a cultural home. Her words. But rather than actually finding that cohesion in the culture, was met instead with a lot of hate and a lot of crime, which sucks. And is now using Kung Fu as a way to empower employees. I'm a little on the fence about this one. And I think I'm on the fence about this not because the store owner is going out of her way and the chef is going out of his way to make sure that the employees are learning some form of martial arts, because I think that that is great. I think that by learning some form of martial arts, it helps with personal protection and self-defense, and it definitely will empower employees to maybe not feel as scared and get a little more confidence. On the other hand, it almost feels like it's going with the easiest thing because the chef knows Kung Fu, and so because of that, that's now what the employees are learning because it's just cheap and easy because it's available right there. You have somebody who's been practicing it for 6 years who's helping teach. So when it comes down to it, I think that it's awesome that they're learning this, but at the same time, probably could have picked a better martial art for self-defense. Just tossing it out there. Now, before someone thinks that I'm crapping all over Wing Chun, I'm really not. I mean, there's a lot of things in Wing Chun that are pretty universal in a lot of other martial art styles. Centerline theory is in most martial art styles. Pak Sao, Lop Sao are in a lot of martial art styles. By the way, Pak Sao is like slapping or pushing hand. Lop Sao is pulling hand. So yes, you will push or slap and pull in almost every martial art there is. So I'm not just crapping on Wing Chun. Plus, there's a lot of stuff in there like vertical fist punching that comes in handy. There's a lot of really handy nuggets in Wing Chun. But I don't think that it is, as stated in this article, like this grand self-defense system. Not really. Another thing is, whatever martial art was picked, it's awesome that the employees can feel that they can protect themselves, but most likely what's probably going to happen in a scenario where employees are at work is someone's probably gonna bust in with a gun. You ain't gonna kung fu your way out of that situation. And obviously, it's not just them being in the store that they have to be concerned about. It seems like they're in a rough neighborhood, and because of that, they might have to actually defend themselves in some kind of hand-to-hand combat on the streets. I think that it's a great start, but there are definitely better arts out there to learn self-defense. So I would really hope that what would happen is that this empowers the employees to go, you know what, I really enjoy this, let's see what else is out there, and continue their education in martial arts. And I've said this a lot over the years, which is you were most likely to practice and train the martial art that you enjoy. So let's say, for instance, somebody suggests you go to a Muay Thai class, and you go to the Muay Thai class, and when you get there, you absolutely hate it. Well, chances are good you're going to show up less, you're going to train less, and you're probably not going to practice at home. So if somebody is out there and they're just learning basic punches and kicks, and they've never done this before, and they start learning Wing Chun Kung Fu, this is going to be awesome for them. And also another thing to remember is just like karate, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, judo, every other martial art out there, not every school is the same. So I've seen Wing Chun Kung Fu studios that are very heavily involved in sparring and application and trying to make sure that they're working on applying the techniques that they're learning. And so I think that maybe they could have a great studio there. And to go back to another point we talked about, which is most likely if they're going to get robbed inside the store, chances are good it's probably going to be with a gun. And so no amount of martial arts is really going to help you there. Probably should have some type of a firearm just in case if that situation comes up. Because let's be real, man, the one who holds the gun is most likely the one who wins those situations. So do I think that the employee behind the counter should be Rambo? No, but I think depending on the situation, sometimes it's nice to have the equalizer. I am super interested in hearing what your thoughts are about this. What do you think about this business owner going out of their way to make sure that their employees are learning some form of martial arts? I gotta tell you, because of that alone, Mindy Fong, you get an approving Miyagi. Let me know what you think about this in the comment sections below. I want to say thank you to everybody for your likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and all that other crap people online tell you to do. Keep the martial arts legit.
I'm the call him Sensei Jack Darby. He's got the dojo back a town next to Arby's. And I'ma teach me how to clean Paul and mash up him spleen. We go use me mind bullets on me energy beams. Things just haven't been the same, living strange since my baby joined that dojo.